Hello, hello. We're here. We're live. It's not 6 a.m., so we're already winning today. Yes?
We are live. Uh, I've never been more nervous.
You have
I've
been
never been more
really
scared.
on pins and needles all day today. We were talking earlier, and it just seems like I've never seen you like this before, honestly. I'm very interested in this version of you.
I'm a mess right now.
Different. You
And
really
and
are.
who knows? I mean, I could really, whether this goes well or poorly, a meltdown is possible. I don't know.
You're gonna cry.
Who knows?
You
Anything is
might you
possible.
might cry. I
Just like
might cry.
anything is possible with this trailer, anything is possible with my reaction to it.
Yeah, yeah. I think we all had a sense of a sigh of relief when we saw this amazing movie poster. That was good. That was a good boost of confidence for this to hopefully be an amazing reveal. But what are your other predictions here?
Well, one thing we were talking about earlier today is this just going to be like a live feed of the New York Comic Con panel that they're doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, you know, possibly Mr. Miyamoto could be there, possibly some members of the cast could be there. I don't know if they wanted to,
Hmm.
like, if they had enough time with these people to shoot like a traditional Nintendo Direct, if you know what I mean.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I was wondering about that. And then we also had the other thought that it could be sort of like when Mr. Miyamoto introduced the Universal parks. He did like a nice little tour of the park and pointed out cute little details and stuff like that. I honestly much rather for it to be that if if it were up to me, but I mean whatever. I'll take what I can get, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe a feed of the panel might be a bit tricky for them. Obviously, there's a lot more you can do if it's pre-recorded. You can make it look great and really make it for video versus being a live event.
Right.
We got like semi-invited to New York Comic Con to see this, but
Right.
we were
Well,
asking
you
about
didn't
the
we didn't get semi invited. We got invited to see this.
and we were asking about the details, which were just you know really weird and fishy. Um, and we ended up not going. And now I think it's great that we didn't go because we get to experience this here with all of you. And
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we were really nervous for a while because after we had gotten the invite, you had reached out and asked some pretty basic, like clarifying questions. And it was kind of fishy, probably because Nintendo didn't want them to say anything prior to the direct announcement, which now makes perfect sense to me.
right.
Um, but yeah, it's great that this is a official Nintendo Direct and we can do one of these fun reactions and hang out with you guys and we can all see
Yeah,
together what this is.
we have a
Chat's also
super
here.
chat. I'm interrupting you because we have a super chat. We have a question
Please.
from Tech is Amazing. As
Woo.
former Nintendo employees, are you worried the company is going to tarnish their brand?
That was a legit like huge fear that you had because the other Mario movie was such a disaster. Um, and we hadn't seen anything at all about this one. So I mean, when you don't see anything for years and years, your brain really spirals into like the worst possible scenario. So I absolutely am worried. I think I'm rooting for them to do well because I think it's really important. It's like a make or break moment, like I said. So let's
Yeah, and
go.
it's just, movies are new to Nintendo. They want to be as involved in everything as they can, but it's just something that they don't have expertise in. So you worry that maybe they're just coming to the wrong conclusions with wanting to have as
Right.
much control. I do think this is a really good partnership they have with Illumination and Mr. Miyamoto and Chris Meledandri, however many D's there are
Melalana,
in
I
his
don't
name.
know.
They seem to get along really well. So everything
Yeah.
seems good, but we're gonna find out.
That's my biggest fear too, is that the unsatiable need for them to control will work to their disadvantage in something this creative. Like
Yeah,
it will become so like watered down that it's like, well, this is just like a very long game, game cutscene or something like
right.
that. Which I don't look judging by this, I don't think the poster, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think that is the case. I sure hope not.
Oh, we have another super chat from Walt
Woohoo!
Lando. The moment Mario opens his mouth to say something is the moment time will stop, and we will all, in anticipation, beg it sounds good. I can't argue with
Uh,
that.
that is, I'm very concerned about that moment. Now we have some predictions. Do you guys and do you guys agree with us? We're saying on the one episode, I think last episode of the podcast, where maybe we don't hear any Mario quote talking until the very end, and it's a very short little sound bite. Or do you guys think that it's gonna be like he's gonna just like pow come out of the trailer just like yapping away? Because I actually don't think it's gonna be that, but curious to
Something
hear
that's
it.
interesting is when New York Comic Con initially said they were doing this, they called it a teaser trailer. But when
Right.
Nintendo tweeted out this direct, they just called it a trailer. So I'm
Exactly.
actually curious, is this
How
more than a
much
teaser
we'll get.
trailer?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a full trailer. There's going to be more that we're going to get. I've really gotten over my worry about the Chris Pratt voice. I was so relieved when I saw this artwork, the visuals, the feel looks good. It's obviously not going to be the Charles Martinet Mario that we all know, and it'll take us a little while to get over it. But I'm also not worried that it's going to be just egregiously terrible. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Still pretty worried, to be
All
honest.
right, that's fair.
Like I feel like it just it's just high stakes.
Yeah,
And everybody in their brain has a version of how this I do for myself certainly like a version of how this needs to sound for me to accept it.
yeah,
And I'm just terrified that it won't live up to my expectations. And the other thing that's really challenging is that like my expectations of how I want this character to sound is going to be different than yours than other people's. So you're going to disappoint somebody for sure. And I just hopefully they just find a way to like really capture it where it's acceptable to
yeah.
the vast majority.
Another super chat is in from Paul Gale. Hey, Paul.
All right, hey,
Charles
Paul.
as Mario, clearing his throat, and then Chris Pratt. I've always thought they're going to use Charles to do some sort of a woohoo or let's a go.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
me.
I think that would be real. That would be cool. And then Chris Pratt does the more lengthy dialogue stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it
Who
that way.
who was it that was like who said this? I can't remember. So I apologize if I'm not crediting this person appropriately, but there was something that I saw where someone's like, this is a story, this could be a story where it's like Mario looking back in time at a younger version of himself. So the
Oh,
Charles Martinet voice is like old Mario, and he says like one line
oh,
like, it's me. Back in time. This is a terrible Mario voice. And then like back in time is like it's like an origin story kind of thing, is like Chris Pratt.
yeah.
Who said that?
That's interesting. Most people's voices don't get higher pitched as they get older, but okay, that's an interesting way. Oh, Tech is Amazing has another super chat. I wonder if MCL knows this or make or break. I think they're feeling some pressure today too. You know,
Well,
I
we
I
should be. Yeah,
I put out a tweet this morning
absolutely.
and said, "Is this the biggest day for Nintendo since the original Switch reveal in 2016?" I kind of think it is, because obviously that set them up for years of video game success. This
Yeah,
could open up a whole new world for the company in entertainment if this goes well. But if it doesn't,
right.
then the door kind of slams shut, and they might need to reevaluate whatever else they thought they were gonna do.
Yeah,
So
and they had been making a huge push even in the years leading up to us leaving Nintendo of like this third very important aspect of the Nintendo business being entertainment beyond traditional video games. That's why they started Universal, the Universal project.
yeah,
That's why they have the crazy partnerships with um, all of the different clothing brands, and they made a huge push to do that, those kind of collaborations. And this is like part of that same like business strategy, I guess. So yeah, I absolutely think they're feeling the pressure, and this is certainly like part of the future of Nintendo. And if this is not successful, I can say that word, um, then it's gonna mean it's gonna be, a big deal. It's
yeah.
gonna be a big disappointment.
Do you think NOA employees have seen this trailer? I'm sure some have.
Some have, yeah.
Yeah.
The direct team certainly has seen it. Maybe they got to see it like maybe some people got to see it a little early. Yeah, we used to see things maybe like, a little bit
Yeah,
early
if you're
sometimes
in
when we
the
were there.
inner circle and can be
Right,
trusted and
right.
have a reason to see it, you probably can.
They're also terrified of leaks, though. So of course,
Yes. Well, McDonald's took care of that for them. We have a Lee Kovacs celebrity sighting in the chat. Lee did our logo and all of the Kit and Krysta artwork. So welcome, Lee. We're so happy to have you.
Actually, I miss you. I want you to make me a cosplay.
There are also many questions to introduce your cat and dog. People see your pets and they want to know.
Do you guys see? Okay. This is Momo. You might have heard her in the background of when we record podcasts, yowling away because I accidentally lock her out of this room, which is where her little perch is. And then back here is Chili. Can you see her? Kind of back there
on the chair.
He's snuggled on a Snorlax right now. And then I have another dog too. Chowder is not in this room. He's very lazy and he is very old. he's in another room right now. They're here to react with me.
We're all reacting together.
Emotional support animals. Clearly, I'm gonna be like squeezing this cat for dear life when Chris Pratt opens his mouth.
Oh, see, some people are saying, oh, they're late, but this starts at 1:05 for some reason. Maybe that's when they're letting people into the theater. They probably want a time when people see it in New York to what is happening, on the stream.
Yeah, totally. I think it's definitely something to do with the live part of this event in New York. But we also didn't get a roughly how many minutes.
We have no clue.
We have no idea. So I'm very I couldn't believe that. I was shook when they didn't have a roughly. This is gonna go all day then, right? We're just gonna hang out, have dinner here, hang out.
Maybe they're just gonna roll the whole movie and we'll just be done with it.
We'll take a little break to go make some popcorn and just hang out with you guys for the rest of the day and night. Great. Sounds good to me. Yes, but hopefully they'll start at their time of 1:05. Doesn't go later than that.
Super chat from Paul Fugate. Do you think this version of the movie will be better than the original Super Mario Brothers movie that came out in 1994, which, believe it or not, I have never seen?
Let's hope so, right? Because that was some cringe. Again, my only point of reference is this poster. and judging by that, I think it's going to be okay. But yes, that's why I think they were so scared off of stuff. So yeah, again, this is why this is such a big deal. It's like they're like finally, cracking the door open again on these entertainment things, and it needs to go well for them.
Yeah. So we probably got about like a minute and change to go.
Yes.
Any final predictions from anybody?
Put it on our virtual, our non-existent bingo card right now.
If once we get going, the audio levels don't sound good to anybody, just let me know and we'll fix that.
Yes.
Yes.
You're always fixing on the fly, which I'm amazed at. The multitasking is.
But who knows? I might be too deep into my meltdown to do anything.
And then I don't have the controls, you guys. No. So if Kit devolves into a puddle of tears, Tears of the Kingdom. If it becomes Tears of the Kingdom over there, then I can't help you guys. Sorry.
Oh, Martin Diaz super chat. When I looked at the poster from the webpage, the image states it was created in 2018. How reflective do you think this poster is of the movie? That's a good question.
I think they'd put it out if it wasn't. Nintendo, again, is so particular about what official assets, as they like to call it, is out into the public. And if this is like, sort of a main piece of art that they're doing for this movie, I would think that
this is probably what you'll see when you go to a movie theater and they put up all those posters. Right. This is it.
But they might have the title up there, but other than that,
I think this is a great poster.
105.
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Where is it?
Please.
Go. No, but seriously. This
Hello?
is where you real.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
I'm white knuckling already.
I've never been so surprised by the direct animation.
Hello everyone,
Yes?
I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. As we previously mentioned, in today's Nintendo Direct, we'll reveal the first trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie for the very first time. This Nintendo Direct is also being broadcast simultaneously at New York Comic Con.
Oh, this is what they're
Hello,
seeing.
New York Comic Con.
So he's
Okay.
not there.
It's
I
been
went to the
nearly
panel to
40
watch a
years
direct.
since the original Mario Bros. Game was released in
Well,
Japan.
we made the right decision.
Today, lots of people around the world are playing Mario games. Thank you all so much.
Oh,
Finally,
so sweet.
the world of Super Mario Bros. Will become an animated movie. We've been working on this movie together with Chris Meledandri from Illumination for a long time.
That's how you say it.
From brainstorming and all the
Meledandri.
way through
Get it
production.
right next time.
The time flew by as we were having fun figuring out how to depict the Super Mario characters and world. Now, I'd like to hear from Chris-san, my good friend and
Chris-san.
great partner for the movie.
Chris-san.
Let's
That could
bring
be
him
you,
in.
but it's not.
Chris-san,
Thank you, Miyamoto-san. I am speaking on behalf of our directors, Michael Jelinek, Aaron Horvath, and the entire Illumination crew of artists when I tell you that producing the Super Mario Bros. Movie with you and your team at Nintendo has been an absolute privilege. Our crew is filled with Mario fanatics.
I like his bookshelf.
And they're
wait,
bringing
this
the
is Steve
very
Ballmer.
best of
That
their
was my
talent
first
to this
reaction.
film every day.
It's not Chris Meledandri.
Next
it's
week,
Steve
we complete
Ballmer.
animation. We're knee-deep into lighting and compositing. Composer Brian Tyler heads to the scoring
group
stage
He
in
needs to
just
swap
11
out.
days.
He got too much minion
He's
stuff.
been
Get some more
working
Mario
hand
stuff.
in
You got
hand
that
with
one little
Koji
mushroom.
Kondo to integrate classic themes from the game into the film score.
We need more merch for this movie. Where's the
Miyamoto-san,
merch?
it's been over 7 years since we first started talking about making
Wow.
this movie together.
Wow.
And
He
it is
said integrating
thrilling to
songs from the
finally
games into
be
the movie.
here to
That's
show the
exciting.
very first look
Yeah.
at footage with Mario fans at Nintendo Direct and at New York Comic Con. Miyamoto-san, shall we go ahead and introduce some of our cast?
okay, Chris-san. Now, I'll introduce two of the stars from this movie. Both of them love Nintendo games and made this into a really fun movie.
Okay.
Are you ready?
The rest of the cast hates Nintendo
Growing
games.
up, man, I spent hours of my life stomping Koopas
With the blurred background. What's he
in the
got back
original
there?
Mario Brothers.
Did you forget what they were
arcade
called?
game
Stomping.
at
Dot
my
dot dot
local
dot dot.
laundromat. And then, of course, it came out on
Koopas.
Nintendo, and I played that. I mean, maybe years of my life. It's an honor, truly.
This was
to
recorded
be
at
able to
3
speak
a.m.
of
last
and
night.
Created
Chris
those
Pratt, we
memories
need your
for me.
thing immediately.
And it's
He was
it's
on
an
a
honor.
bender.
Where am I? Who am I? What?
It's been a lifelong dream of mine to become Mario. That dream, like
Hello?
all dreams,
Oh, boy.
faces one critical challenge, as in the film. I must face off against an utterly ruthless scene stealer. Every great hero needs a diabolical enemy, and I promise you, I could not have been paired
this
with
kinda
the more
stinks, this
perfect
part.
king of the Koopas.
Yeah, what is the deal with this? It's very
Bowser.
awkward.
Stop, please.
And my friend, the great and hilarious, supremely talented Mr.
Yes.
Jack
Let's
Black.
move to Jack Black immediately.
Yeah,
Whoa!
Thank you, Chris, but I can't let you have all the fun.
I didn't know this was what
Now
Jack
it's time
Black
for
looks
us to
like
make
these
this
days.
moment all about me.
Oh my gosh.
This
While
shirt
you've been
is
dreaming about playing
incredible.
Mario, I've been preparing. Look at all this Koopa muscle I packed up.
Yes!
And this flowing mane doesn't just appear overnight. Do you have any idea how long it
He's
took
much
me to
better.
learn how to breathe fire? I had to go learn it from Gene Simmons of Kiss.
Oh my gosh!
All this
A
hard
Kiss
work's been
reference?
worth it, though. I am so
The day
proud
of all days.
to
Oh,
have
this
been
is
able
a
to
good
collaborate
song.
with you.
Not your favorite one, though.
Miyamoto-san, as well as the entire Nintendo and Illumination team on this cinematic experience. One that
Ooh,
will make its mark
experience.
on Mario fandom forever. Much love. Peace out.
Wow.
Thank you, Chris-san, Jack-san.
All right.
All right
well,
then.
one of those went well.
Thank you all for waiting.
Yeah. He
Let's
looks
press
the
the
same
start
as
button.
during the Mario,
Oh.
the Nintendo Direct. We're starting.
Oh, here we go.
Behold, the King of the Koopas!
Oh,
Well, Bowser looks cool.
yeah.
Wow.
The sheer size of this whole thing is very intimidating.
Open the gates!
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's not just straight Jack Black.
Yeah.
Penguin.
Oh, the penguin! Yes! Throw snowballs! No!
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield?
It's like Game of Thrones.
I do not.
Whoa!
Oh.
This is very Game of Thrones.
I finally
Yeah.
found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
Oh, the power.
Oh no! Face reveal? Oh my.
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Pretty much sounds like Chris Pratt doing Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Okay. I need time for it to sink in. I need some
Oh,
time.
Luigi?
Oh!
In the mansion? Okay.
I want to thank all of you for being part of this moment with us, and we're
Okay.
excited to share even more footage in the coming months.
I'm looking forward to it too. What do you think will happen during Mario's adventure in the Mushroom Kingdom? Production of the movie is going well. Currently, like with any Nintendo game, we're working on the finishing touches. I hope you're looking forward
That
to
hand
the next
gesture he
trailer.
made.
That was
It'll be a
weird. What
great
is that? Is it like
experience
a
watching the
tool
Super
in it?
Mario Bros. Movie in movie theaters. You'll get to see the Mushroom Kingdom on the big screen. Look closely and you'll spot things in all sorts of places. This film can be enjoyed by people of all ages, so I hope you'll get to a movie theater and cheer for Mario. That's all for today. We'll see you next spring in movie theaters. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
that's really it. Okay.
That's really it.
Well, I wonder what else is happening in New York for
Maybe
this
there's a
45
Q&A
minute
or
panel.
something? Yeah, I don't know. We can ask our little spies on the ground.
Yeah. You know, Chris Pratt doing Chris Pratt isn't exciting or very interesting, but maybe it's
Not
better than him
offensive.
attempting something that he's really not equipped to do. Like he was barely equipped to do that video message.
That's true.
To be honest.
He seemed like he did not know where he was or
Yeah.
what he was talking about. I gotta say I love the Bowser stuff. Like a lot. Like that
Yeah, that
beginning
was
of the
amazing.
trailer. That was amazing. And Bowser just that voice is perfect for me. That's the voice in my head, at least for Bowser. The Mario face and Chris Pratt's voice, I'm still having some adjustment periods that I think I'll eventually get around to it being tolerable, but it's a little jarring for me right now.
Yeah, I mean, Bowser seemed very true to game Bowser. Luigi, we only saw for a second. Toad looks like Toad. Mario does look a little different. It didn't bug me too much. I mean, that was truly a teaser trailer right there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
But
yeah.
overall, I thought that looked quite good.
Yeah, I love the humor with the penguins and like all the environments look really cool. Like they showed like sort of the snow and the fire Bowser stuff, and then they had like the more traditional Mushroom Kingdom looking stuff. And then,
Yeah.
like, almost like a mansion, like a haunted maybe Luigi's mansion or some sort of like haunted type of
So
environment.
so you can
some variety.
Yeah, you can sort of extrapolate maybe what the story is. So it's like Bowser's going from kingdom to kingdom, taking, these relics or these items.
Right.
Meanwhile, Mario and Luigi probably get spit from the real world. They're separated and they're spit into these two different places. And they eventually meet up and they take on Bowser. That seems plausible, right?
Right. Definitely there's an element of like Mario being confused about being in this world. Like he's like, where am I? So There's some sort of like
Right.
premise where he is dropped into an unknown place that he has to figure out, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's always like what I imagined. Because it's like, well, there's Donkey Kong in this movie, there's Cranky Kong. It's like, gosh, that's a lot of characters for this movie. I feel like it's going to start, in the real world, and it might show like some history of Mario as he's, fighting Donkey Kong very briefly. But I don't think Donkey Kong is a big part of this movie. I think it's more of a cameo situation.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Yeah.
I think it went well. It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my worst fears will not be happening. Thank goodness. I'm very eager to see more. Who knows when we'll see more? But no, I mean it showed a really big scope. It showed, a lot of nods to the game. Like those penguins, like, people who don't play games, they're like, who's that? There's a bunch of penguins. But we know. They're definitely going to have a joke of one of those penguins getting kicked off the edge.
Yeah, of course. Or like Mario's gonna have to throw it off the edge or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be funny, actually.
Yeah. We did not see the kingdom from the poster.
Right.
We didn't see, a number of the other main characters, so there's still a lot for them to show.
Peach. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the poster, you see at the very tippy top is Peach's castle. So it kind of looked like he was like getting there, like trying to obviously journey up there.
Yeah.
In the poster, so maybe that's like a whole arc as well of like reaching it.
Yeah. I want to go back and listen to I mean, they had the Mario song, but was there any other notable music? I mean, there was, again, no Smash Mouth. That's big. That is huge. Get the Smash Mouth out of here. They seem to be playing it very, respectfully, like film score sort of thing.
Just like more like cinematic background music versus it being like pop hits.
Yes.
You were also worried about it being potentially like a musical. It doesn't seem like it's a musical.
Those were two things in terms of music I was pretty concerned about. They could just ruin it for me.
You didn't want a Mario Princess Peach duet.
I mean, there might be a song or two because I mean they like to cram those in animated movies. It's fine if it's just one or two, fine, but not the whole thing, please. I don't need like Hamilton as Mario or something. My gosh.
Actually, that's a great idea.
No.
I'd be down to watch that.
I never said that.
Oh my gosh, now you've planted the seed. But yes, I will probably have to watch that a couple more times.
I want to ask the chat. Put a from 1 to 10. Put in the chat what you thought of that trailer. I want to see what everybody else thought of that. I would give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7.
And the only reason I gave it an 8 is because I wanted a little bit more. Yeah, looks like 7, 8, 9 is the most common score I'm seeing here.
I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, I love, again, the beginning of the Bowser stuff was like, I liked how they started with that because I think if they started with Mario, it would have been too jarring for everybody.
Right.
So I think 7 for now, and as we see more, I'm sure it will go up. I think once we get used to everything.
For the folks who scored it low, I'm curious what you didn't like. I mean,
tell us.
Probably had something voice related to do with it, which is understandable.
Or face related with Mario, maybe.
You're really hung up on this face.
I am a little bit. It just isn't. I don't know. Mario has this like innocent quality in the game. His face in the game looks very like sweet and innocent.
Yeah. Seems like it's a lot of the voice is what people are noting they didn't like.
Yeah, this face is a little bit like too devious for me. Like it's like,
oh, really?
It's a little bit. Maybe I just need to get used to it though. But it's like you're not. He has like the behind Mario's eyes in the game. It's like he just believes in the good. I don't quite get that in this face for now.
Super chat. Tech is amazing. Will they fix his face based on feedback? I
doubt
it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I guess he doesn't like the face either.
Is this a Sonic Teeth situation for you? Is what I'm asking. How much do you actually hate it?
I don't hate it, really. I just need to get used to it. And maybe I just need to see the face more with more expressions to like understand the face.
Yeah.
I
I
saw
think
saw it for like 2 seconds.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
kind of a snap judgment for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Momo is pleased.
Great.
Okay.
I think we're going to get out of here while we still can on a high note.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining us in this
Thank
very
you.
important moment in history of humankind.
Yes.
I am not
Yes,
understating
in our
it by saying that.
collective history.
Yes.
Glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to be sharing it with all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here with
Yeah.
us.
So we're going to sign off here. We'll see you around, everybody.